Hello.
Hi, Sarah. Okay, so we were at you have the plea deal accepted, or you have the plea deal presented, I should say.
Yes.
Go over again the recommendations from your attorney and what you said to them and what led to you eventually accepting the plea.
So the conversation that I had with my attorney was that the prosecuting attorney would like to, assuming that they didn't want to seek the death penalty against me, I would be willing to plead guilty to a 1951A conspiracy charge to commit Hobbs Act robbery. And the second charge would be aiding and abetting the use of a firearm in connection with a crime of violence, and that's only the conspiracy that caused the death of another person in violation of the 1924J.
Now, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So when they sent me the paperwork, they also stated that in absence of a 5K1 motion by the government, I would agree to it within the guideline sentence.
Okay, and so since this is a federal case, there was a specific guideline they needed to adhere to, criminal history and offense level.
Yes, sir.
What, did they promise you anything, or for lack of a better word than promise, did they say you're going to do X amount? Did they tell you that?
My attorney said that the least amount that I could do would be 10 years, and it would be because of the role in the offense, my role in the offense.
Okay, so at that point you told them you would accept the deal.
I would accept the deal to take lethal injection off for all three co-defendants, yes, sir.
So with the pressure of the death penalty, you had no other option but to accept what they were offering.
Yes, every email thread between my attorney and the prosecuting attorney said that this was the best vehicle for me to come out with my life intact.
Okay, so the day you go into court when you accept the plea agreement, you're in front of the judge. Tell us what happened.
So I actually accepted a plea agreement, like I told you prior, through a facsimile. I actually signed the plea agreement and faxed it back to my attorney on March 30th. I don't recall the actual date that I signed the plea agreement in court, but my attorney told me that, accept everything that the judge was saying, and that the plea agreement was similar to what they had talked to me about, that I would be signing for conspiracy to commit Hobbs Act robbery and the 924J charge.
Okay. Then, so you go in front of the judge with your plea, you accepted it. Then, where do they take you? What prison did they take you to?
I accepted my plea and I actually went back to West Virginia Regional Jail, or not West Virginia, I'm sorry, Western Regional Jail in Virginia. It's in Dublin, and I stayed there until sentencing, and I was sentenced in November of 2016.
So when you went into court for sentencing, tell us what happened. What did the judge say? What did your attorney say? What transpired?
My attorney asked me to waive my rights to the Johnson case, and me being new to criminal law, I didn't know what the Johnson case entailed, and he asked me if I thought robbery was violent, and I said yes. I believe that robbery does have a lot of violent tendencies. He also asked me to cooperate with the judge, state that I wasn't under any pressure, I wasn't under any, misconception, and they would ask for the 5K motion to be granted, and that the judge would show leniency.
What was the prosecution? What was their position? What did they recommend to the judge?
They didn't want a harsh sentence, not as harsh as the judge had given me. The judge gave me 412 months when my guidelines called for 292 to 365 months.
What was his reasoning behind that? What did he say when he issued that sentence?
To enforce the law, to protect the society.
So he went against the government's recommendations.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from there, they take you into custody, and tell us, what were you thinking after your sentence, and now you're in federal custody? What's going through your mind?
I wanted an immediate appeal, and my attorney told me I couldn't take an appeal because I had waived my rights to an appeal by taking the plea agreement. And I said there has to be something that can be done because this is not what I signed for. And so when they took me into custody, I was transferred from facility to facility until I reached federal custody in December of 2016.
And so they offered you no help, no recourse?
No. No, sir.
Okay, so now you're in federal custody. Your mind is where? What did you decide to do, and what have you accomplished while you've been in federal custody?
I was very depressed when I first came to federal prison. Actually, the first thing that was on my mind was to get the rest of my charges resolved. So I went to R&D, and I spoke with them about filing an IAD with West Virginia to resolve my case. It was December 21st when I touched down in West Virginia at the federal prison, and I signed my IAD papers in January of 2017.
And what did you receive any response to that?
Yes, they picked me up that summer, and I ended up receiving a 35-year determinate term. I signed a plea agreement.
Then what happened?
Well, I was under the impression from my attorney that I would pull 25% of my time, receive a parole hearing, and then be released from state in order to finish my federal time. I also was told that I would get time served for the entire time that I've sat in county, and I only received 68 days time credit.
Did your attorney try to correct any of this, any of your time credit?
She filed a reconsideration motion that was denied.
So now you're feeling like nobody's trying to help you.
Yes, sir.
What did you
So
do?
I helped myself.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did you do then? Tell us.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you did.
I definitely changed the course of my life. I started working immediately. I wanted to give back to others and try to fix things that I had broken. I became a tutor at the education department, helping people obtain their GEDs. I also worked with West Virginia University in the Inside Out program to talk to sociology students about prison reform, prison mentality. I completed numerous courses. I have over 140 certificates now. I've completed 8 vocational training courses. I've completed 1 Department of Labor apprenticeship program, and I'm enrolled in another. I've done a number of programs. And then I filed, in the process of all this, I was told by my co-defendant, Mr. Berry, that he had a friend that could help me with a 2255.
And did that happen?
The 2255 was written. The grounds on it were very weak, I should say. They were not correct in any sense of the law. I regretted my decision to go with that 2255 because I believe I could have received a lot of help from other sources.
Now, since you've been in custody, there's been some cases that would have affected your sentence had they been in place at the time. Tell us about that.
So, Johnson, the case that I waived my rights to, definitely applied to me. My attorney, in an affidavit, he wrote that he wasn't even paying attention to the Johnson case because he was more worried about lethal injection in my state case. Davis came out. Davis was a very big win for people with 924Cs. Davis invalidated the prior conviction that I had, the charge, the predicate offense, and today it would no longer stand in court. I would not be tried for 924J with a conspiracy to commit Hobbs Act robbery. There was also the Taylor case, the Laura case. There's a number of things that could have changed my entire conviction.
Is anybody trying to help you with that or bring that to the court's attention?
There were several people along the way that, claim to want to assist in bringing my case to the attention of the courts. They actually wrote motions and expected money from my family for these motions, and the motions were just about as good as a 2-year-old could type. So, no.
So at this
Right now I have a few people that have been in my corner to help me.
Okay. Now, as you're working on that, and you've discussed some of the things you've done in prison, kind of highlight some of the things you've done, why you've been incarcerated, why you felt that, even being felt that you were dealt an over-sentencing, for lack of a better term, you continued to better yourself even while incarcerated. Tell the people some of the things you've done.
Well, recently, right now I work for the education department as a culinary clerk. I work as a suicide watch companion. I work with the hospice palliative care as a volunteer. I do multiple classes. I teach classes at recreation. I work as a Unit 3 clerk. I also volunteer as a barista for staff. I've worked at dental as a dental technician, dental assistant. I completed RDAP FIT, which was, I didn't receive the RDAP time or the credit for RDAP due to my long sentence. I did that for 3 years and mentored many people. I've completed vocational training for Microsoft Office, horticulture, advanced horticulture through West Virginia University. I've done culinary arts, graduated as a valedictorian in my class. I went through paralegal legal assistant for Blackstone. I've completed a number of courses, and I continue to take every every course that I can. I'm actually enrolled in Life Connections program right now, working with outside mentors.
At this point, what drives you?
Honestly, my significant other drives me, my 2 children, and my higher power. God has definitely blessed me with a lot of different things. He's blessed me with this interview today with you. He's blessed me with a lot of people signing my petition. I mean, there's just a lot in prison that needs to be reformed. And the people that are left here, people like me that are left behind, like those are the people that I still fight for.
So if you were to be released today, tell us what you would do.
If I were to be released today, I definitely want to work in prison reform. That is something that I would definitely want to work in. I would apply for a job as a dental assistant somewhere. Also work at a tertiary job until I gained the experience out there. It's been a while since I've been employed with anyone out there, but I would definitely. My main goal is to live with my significant other and our 2 children. I would like to become a dental hygienist and travel with mobile dentistry in order to provide dental care to children and families and people that cannot afford it.
What do you need from? What do you need this interview? What's the message? What's the message you want? You're right now. Figure you're talking to the United States of America and the Department of Justice, the Bureau of Prisons, your attorneys in the past, any attorneys out there now that are watching. What do you need?
I'm not angry at the justice system. I believed in it growing up. I still believe in it now. I just need a fair chance. I need somebody to help figure out what is just for my case. And being in prison for over a decade, close to 15 years, is it's very life-changing. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm sad. I'm sad that the justice system doesn't have programs in place to help people like me who have done everything in prison to rehabilitate. I have no more programs to do. I've completed everything, but I need a chance, one chance.
Well, if you, like I said, when you get out, so you want to become a dental assistant, you want to do prison reform. How would you approach? What are the issues that you see with the prison, the way the system is, and what would you attack first?
So when you first come to prison, there is not a welcoming mat. There's no program in place to let people know that the first thing, that the most important thing that they need to do is to start focusing on their release. I think that prison reform should be a very united front on the outside as well as on the inside. There's a lot of programs available to people. Right now, the programs are only available to people that are FSA eligible or that have a need for FSA. I have completed all my needs. Once you complete a program, it takes your needs away, but that doesn't change the fact that you need programming. It doesn't change the fact that you need help figuring out release plans. There are tons of organizations in the world that could help many people that are released from prison to lower recidivism rates, and a lot of people are not receiving those things. They don't know anything about it, and the only thing that they know is crime. So I would like to get out and propose to the government, multiple programs that could help. I would like to also see them put together a checklist for people that are releasing into society. I believe that that's something that every prisoner needs versus what they want. There's a lot of violence and drugs in prison. The safest place that I felt was in RDAP. RDAP was a very good program. It was a residential program that was monitored closely by staff. And it changes a lot of things. It changes a lot of things for people, especially people who are alone. Luckily for me, I'm not alone in this fight. I have a wonderful fiance that has been by me through this entire situation. I have two amazing children, one who signed up for the military. He's a soldier now. And my daughter who, she is involved in a lot of college courses, and she wants to be a doctor. So I'm blessed with a lot of people from the outside, and a lot of people here don't have that. So I would like to be that person for these people.
Well, sir, I know this has been very hard for you, and I appreciate you taking the time. I know we're going to be running out of time here, so before it just cuts it off, I want to thank you, and I want to let you know we're going to get your message out.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you reaching out and helping me.
You're so welcome. Well, let's do this again, and in the meantime, we're going to keep fighting for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So I actually was negotiating signing a contract with a NASCAR team to race in the NASCAR Pro KMS Series. I was a volunteer firefighter for 2.5 years. I had my ISO officer's license and training. I worked with hazmat. I worked with canines. Training canine for the police department and personal protection and shoots and I was a mother. Above anything else, I was a mom.
Do you have opportunity to speak with your kids at all? Can they visit? How's that been?
Yes, I talk to my children a lot. My daughter is very angry with me. Rightfully so. She's a young girl going through life without her mom. It's rough. My son, I know he's angry, but he's such a kind-hearted man, and he's such a good man now. But yes, I do talk with my children. I mainly keep correspondence with them through my parents and also my significant other. She's been amazing through this.
Do you have a message for them?
My children?
Yes.
I love them. I love both of you very much, and I would do anything in the world for you. And I'm sorry that I wasn't strong enough back then to stand up for what was right. But I am trying to do that now, and I would hope one day that they could forgive me and that I could make up for lost times. And maybe rebuild my relationship with them. And I would never leave them again.
Do you have any message for the people?
Even though our justice system is broken, I still believe it. I still believe that, people going into this, the judges, the prosecutors, they are trying to build a safer place, even if people in my case slip through the cracks. I still appreciate that, but I would like the people to not forget that there are human beings behind these walls as well.
And what kind of legal help do you need now? Oh, the cut off.